Hello, viewers. Today, Scott Ritter, world famous uh, arms inspector who has gained fame from Iraq War, has joined us and has given us his precious time. So, Scott Ritter, can you please explain what has happened last night in these negotiations between between Iran and US, which is kind of brokered by Pakistan and Islamabad? What's going on there? Ceasefire and the upcoming negotiations.
Well, first of all, this is something that's been ongoing for some time now. Pakistan has been seeking and playing the role of mediator. It's very difficult. There is no trust between Iran and the United States after the United States twice committed acts of perfidy, luring Iran into a negotiation only to attack it. Um, but I think it also is a recognition that you know, this war has been harmful to all parties involved. Everybody's been paying a very heavy price, and there's a need for an off ramp before this conflict spins out of control and does permanent harm to not just the participants to the conflict, but to the region and the world as a whole. We focus on missiles, we focus on bombs, but what people really need to focus on is energy security and the fact that the global energy market is has been severely impacted, and as a result, the economies of a number of nations, to include Pakistan, but more importantly in this mix, China, because China is a very big behind the scenes player in this mediation, putting pressure on. Supporting Pakistan and putting pressure on Iran to finally come to the table. But I think the most critical element here is the United States. The United States was brought into this war on hyped up expectations based upon a briefing given by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel to Donald Trump on February 11th. None of the goals and objectives have been met, and the United States has been shown to be impotent when it comes to securing the Strait of Hormuz and also securing Iran's nuclear materials. And Donald Trump, faced with the fact that there was no longer a military solution to the problems, needed a diplomatic off ramp. So I think you have a confluence of needs. The need for China. This is a very important need. The need for China to get energy flowing out of the Middle East on a sustainable basis. This is important for the Chinese economy. And the need for the United States to bring it into a conflict before the energy security crisis not only destroyed economic or political relationships around the world, but had a political impact at home because of the economic downturn that's taking place. And so there's a need on all parties, and there is an opportunity, and that's what we have, an opportunity. It's not a done deal. Basically, both sides have put their respective points on the table, but the important thing is that they're now going to sit down and talk face to face. And I think with Chinese pressure and political pressure on Donald Trump from an angry base, compromises will be met, and this ceasefire should turn into a permanent conflict resolution.
Can I ask one more question and then we are done?
Okay.
So, just Iran has a very bitter experience with these negotiations. Who do you think will give guarantee for the United States and Iran and Israel that they will not attack Iran if these negotiations actually do end up in a deal?
I think the role of China is going to be a very big player here. China, Russia, and maybe some other parties, will provide some diplomatic clout behind the Iranians. It doesn't mean that the United States can't behave poorly. We've proven that with the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, where we also had Russia and Chinese involvement. But I just think this time it's not going to be take the United States at its word. I think there's going to be very detailed agreements. And at the end of the day, I believe Iran will retain the ability to shut down the Strait of Hormuz at will. And that's
That's a
always,
guarantee.
it's no longer a theoretical possibility. It's now a proven capability. So should the United States should Israel violate, Iran will have the ability to immediately choke out the global economy again. So I think the situation's different today. Iran has proven itself a nation capable of standing up to the United States, absorbing the military, the full military power of the United States, conventional military power, and delivering decisive blows on its own, both militarily, but most importantly, economically.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for so much for your time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. You too.